Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is fluid.
It's fluid. It doesn't absolve you from nonsense.
Fluid.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong?
You are wrong.
You have bumped your head.
The list is fluid. The list is fluid.
This is one of the worst lists I've ever seen.
Shots fired.
They designed that whole wall, even a list.
It's an interesting list, not a great list.
Hard for me to say this, but I think you did a good job.
Well, RC, in case you haven't noticed, Dan's feeling real confident today.
Yeah.
And he seems to believe that he has an A-list.
Oh, my
We'll
Lord.
see about that.
Oh, my Lord.
We'll see about that.
Come on,
when we get
Rousseau,
that
why don't you
praise.
throw it overhand?
Huh?
Why don't you throw it overhand?
I wanted to slip out my hand.
Okay.
Dan, top,
saw it? There we go.
Dan,
There we
talk
go.
about
There we
top
go.
5 quarterbacks approaching elite status. Talk to me.
Approaching elite status, because
Okay.
there's a group of quarterbacks that are already in elite status. So this is the guys that I think take that next leap and unquestionably getting to that grouping. Number 5, we're going to go down to Houston and C.J. Stroud. I think one of the things that people don't know about C.J. is wasn't given a ton of control at the line of scrimmage. Now, new offensive coordinator comes in. This guy's one of the smartest quarterbacks we have when it comes to understanding things at the line. His control, in addition with continuing to have a healthy Nico Collins, he gets himself back into that elite status. Number 4, I think this one might surprise some people. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, okay? One, he's got 2 elite talents to throw the football to. Tight end Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. second year. Also, that's a top 5 run game that he has in Arizona. Kyler Murray's kind of floated around as like good grouping. I think Kyler Murray takes that big jump into elite category. Number 3, Justin Herbert. I know we've had a little bit of conversation about Justin Herbert on the show today, but I think 2 areas. Number 1, last year he was bad in the red zone, outlier. Number 2, he was bad outside the pocket, outlier. Supremely talented. Now the offensive line is healthy outside of Slater, and also those perimeter players are a little bit older. Ladd McConkey, year 2. Herbert, I think, is primed for a massive season. Number 2, Jordan Love.
Okay.
Jordan Love with the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
It's time, dude. Jordan Love is my MVP pick, okay? Jordan Love is my MVP pick. It's time. Probably one of the deepest groups in the NFC wide receiver skill position-wise. Matthew Golden, some people are saying, is like a Steve Smith Jr. Ice up. One of the most talented throwers of the football. And I think with Micah Parsons, if I'm Matt LaFleur, I'm throwing the ball 60-plus times. Because every time he throws the ball, something good happens. I want volume in Green Bay. And then number 1, Jaden Daniels. Got Terry McLaurin back. Jaden Daniels covered up a lot of flaws last year for the offense. They were bad on first down. They were bad in play action. He was elite with comebacks and elite with fourth down. Could you imagine if he continues that elite fourth down or comeback status, but also is better in the play action game, is also better on first down? Then we're talking about, is he in that grouping with a player like a Joe Burrow, a Lamar Jackson, a Josh Allen, and a Patrick Mahomes? Top 5, the quarterbacks that ascend with their play into elite status in the NFL this season.
Okay, you're walking back over to us.
Honestly, that's not a bad list.
The only one that really made me pause is Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I put CJ over Kyler.
And Justin Herbert. And Justin Herbert.
But the one thing about Justin Herbert is, though, too, the talent is scintillating. It's tantalizing.
You know what the 2 names that I struggled to not put on there? Brock Purdy and Bo Nix were 2 names that
May I ask a question to both of y'all? Why wouldn't Baker Mayfield be up there?
because I think Baker's already in that grouping.
So you have Baker in the same grouping as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow?
Which means even you missed it.
Grouping, yes. There's tiers to that, but grouping, yeah. I mean, you can't lead the NFL in touchdown passes 2 years in a row and not be in it.
Let me say this to you.
Yes, sir.
I would put Baker Mayfield on the list because Kyler Murray's been in the league damn near as long as Baker Mayfield. I would put Baker Mayfield on the list. I ain't got no problems with top 1 and 2.
Yes, sir.
I would put Baker Mayfield at 4 in all likelihood. I put Stroud at 3. You understand? And then it would be a toss-up between Justin Herbert.
If Baker Mayfield is on this list, he goes 1 or 2.
If Baker Mayfield,
I agree with that.
If Baker Mayfield's on this list,
that's fair.
And the reason you put him at 2 would be that Jaden's younger, right? And we can say, okay, we haven't seen as much
I
from
would
Jaden.
still put Jordan Love above.
Really?
I
Baker
need
Mayfield. I'm
more
talking about in terms of
context.
potential. I'm talking about in terms of potential. So I would leave it at the 2. I'd have Baker Mayfield at 3 then, Stroud at 4.
Yeah, Kyler has to go if we add Baker.
I need more context. If Baker is kind of elite, like how many guys do you have considered elite now at this moment?
Again, I often say, like, Elite is I have to say, do we win big games because of you? Baker's in that grouping. How many guys are in that grouping?
Matthews in that grouping.
Matthews in that grouping.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere between 8 and 10. I think there's 8 and 10 like ridiculously good quarterbacks in the league already.
That feels very generous to use the word elite.
Yeah,
I feel like our definition is a little different because when I'm thinking elite, I'm thinking best of the best.
We know the big four, right?
Big four.
It's the big
Then
four.
that's elite.
Okay, so you're putting Jalen Hurts up in that top 5, top 6 group? Because
then he's on that list if you have to. But the thing is,
he has to be in there.
But here's also the question, right? The list also has to be someone we expect something more from.
This list,
right?
you're saying?
Yeah, this list.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it could be if I got Baker Mayfield.
That's a good point.
It's Baker Mayfield. Yeah, he's not in the elite group with the big four. But am I going to get a next step that puts him there? What's something that changes my mind? And the reason Jaden Daniels and Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud could be there because there is another step, in my opinion,
It's another
for
level
those individuals
that we're waiting for.
That's a great
another
description.
level that we're waiting for.
That's a great
now,
description.
if that's the case, then Baker Mayfield might come off this list.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? He might come off.
He
That's what I
might
get
be,
it.
he might
I
be
get
in
it.
like
Okay.
approaching elite status purgatory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where he can't necessarily.
And if that's the grouping, I would probably say I would have taken him off.
Okay.
Because his season was so ridiculous, and then maybe it would be a Bo Nix in that grouping.
Okay.
that ends up being a better conversation.
Teamwork I've seen also.
Yeah.
Great
B
job.
plus.
Coming up,
B plus.
It's a win for me.
Mahomes and Lamar have all won the regular season MVP. Will one of them seize the crown this season, or does someone believe there's a dark horse for the award?
To be. Will this season for Dallas ultimately be a referendum on just how good their quarterback is?
I think they can make it that way, but there's so many different variables that have to take place. You have to replace Zach Martin with a guard you got out of Alabama, and see if he's going to be that guy that's going to be an all-pro guy as well. Because Dak Prescott's no good to anybody if he's on his ass the entire time. So we need him to be able to facilitate the ball to George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. So could it be a referendum on him? Yes. Do I see that happening? No. I think he's going to have big yards again once again this year, and he's going to crush it.
That's what I'm saying. Does he carry them this year? It feels like there are look, Joe Burrow last year carried maybe the worst defense in the NFL. He had that team in playoff contention to the final Sunday of the season. Is that what Dak needs to be for the Cowboys this year?
Yeah, I think he needs to have a big year. Like you talk about people dissect him, they nitpick at him, and it's because he's the highest paid player in the league.
Yeah.
Like Dak's he's been a guy who's been penciled into those top 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks in the league. He needs to have a performance where he inks himself in those conversations because he's getting paid as such. And Dak Prescott, if he's anything like the expectation for him in Dallas, if it's anything like my 3-year-old's first soccer practice, the expectation is high, boys.
Okay.
She got mom's jeans?
We got tape.
Listen, I need a little bit more grit. She was very attentive, listened well. The effort was there, but a little too much smiling. She needs to start performing like her job depends on it.
Gotta hate the opponent a little bit more. The specifics of this Cowboy offense. We know they have CeeDee Lamb, and they bring in George Pickens, who's in a contract year. So if it's ever going to happen for him, this is a player that has as much talent, as much ability as practically any